Welcome to our Canal Study Tour, a unique insight into development along our canal site. Today we're going to be taking a trip along the canals of Birmingham. We're going to show you how we're making the connections happen in order for us all to be able to live, work and visit Birmingham.
Today's tour is going to be interesting for me because it's looking at some of the connections that I was involved in all those years ago. What we're seeing is the fruits of those development proposals, sites which we found where great things could happen. Some areas where even 25 years later we're still waiting for further development to connect up all the places.
Very interesting looking at the city, the way it's changed over my lifetime. But also the wealth of history that this city's got is phenomenal. What would you expect from a city that's involved and based on manufacture, but we probably had a road system which celebrated the car second to none.
In its day, this canal would have been the M6 for Birmingham, taking material in and taking product out to market. And over the years, as the nature of transport has changed, so has the use of the canal.
Here's some more from Gary and Aidan, who are going to talk to us today about the refurbishment of the National Indoor Arena.
As you can see from the building behind me, it doesn't offer much to its fantastic location sitting right on the centre of Birmingham's canal network. It's probably the most photogenic site on the network within the city centre. At the moment, you don't get a glimpse of what actually goes on inside the building. What we've tried to do is actually bring the public realm within the building onto that frontage behind me, so that you're actually seeing that as very much a window into the arena and what goes on inside it.
The idea of transforming a major building that's become part of the fabric of the city centre of Birmingham is not an easy task. It has to be programmed and it has to be planned. That work starts well in advance of a planning application being submitted, or in fact the detailed plans and proposals being formulated. Planning involves many disciplines, and it's important that the consultant team that's brought together to work on a project gets off on the right foot. All working together, sharing ideas and dealing with a number of problems and difficulties that any scheme is likely to develop.
What we're trying to propose is a 4-storey glass skin that wraps around the curved end of the existing arena bowl that you see behind me. And on each level within that, there are public activities from bars and restaurants and cafes, people using the building and being seen using the building. And that transparency is key to the overall vision for the design. We're using a timber structure to actually support this glass skin. Curves outwards as a kind of concave cross-section and then wraps around the edge of the bowl.
Kevin Spink from Birmingham City Council will now take us through the Icknield-Port Loop proposals.
I'm here to talk about Greater Icknield Sustainable Urban Neighbourhood, which will be a development of around 3,000 new homes to be built out over the next 15-20 years. I'm standing next to Edgbaston Reservoir here at the heart of Greater Icknield. Just over there, 10 to 15 minutes walk away, is Birmingham City Centre. Greater Icknield has some key assets. Firstly, there's its strategic location on the edge of the city centre and all the facilities that has to offer, as well as being well connected to the surrounding suburban neighbourhoods. Second, there's the size. There's 2 sites of over 20 hectares each, and overall there's an opportunity to develop over 3,000 new homes. And thirdly, there's the canal and the reservoir, which are important waterside assets, which form a really unique selling point for the area to create a pleasant place to live and provide recreational activities for the people who are going to be living here.
Wes Sedman from Centro will be taking us through making the connections from a public transport perspective.
Centro are one of the key delivery partners in the Vision for Movement, which is a strategy for public transport investment and transport investment throughout Birmingham city centre. over the next 5 years. The most notable kind of investment being New Street Gateway, which is on site now, due to complete in 2015. The focus really is on creating high quality public realm environments. Over the next few years there's going to be some fantastic investments in public transport and transport in the city centre, including the metro extension and Birmingham City Centre interchange.
Glenn Howells from Glenn Howells Architects.
What does a city of this size, with this diversity, with this demographic, this location, how does it invent itself? How does it drive itself forward in a new global environment? Our trade is now international. What is important? How do we take the city forward over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years? We've already seen the difference that the canal system and the first railway system made. We've seen the difference that the road system has made. We've seen the difference that the airport and now the West Coast line has made to the city. What's really fascinating now is seeing the difference that the metro will make, and of course HS2, which will connect us to London in less than an hour.
Will from Glenn Howells Architects will be taking us through the exciting developments at the University of Birmingham.
Bramall Music Building is a new 450-seat concert hall and Department of Music for the University of Birmingham. It's reported to be one of the most flexible academic auditoriums in the country. The new facilities are there to promote and ensure the future of the department's centre of excellence. Today, what we focus on is the importance of that master planning and the future and the development of the university and its relationship to Birmingham and its future development as well.